Said this is wild the world. This is wild the world. Built 5D, yeah, it's that kind of pearl. Franco G got on that fifth UE and paint all kind of murals. This is a trinity, yeah. Collecting up T's and we hold them from now to infinity. Start with the genesis. Energy space when we enter this. Know that you feeling our energy. This is wild the world. Shout out to Neo. Yeah, they be my people. We out in Miami. No, this shit ain't equal. These haters is mad cause I got by at least too many of these trinities. But it's like plenty these. Long as you staking. We destined to eat, yeah, and water we caking. The made it was sleep, but see now they is waking. Bman, why the OG know we never asleep. He a beast and a wolf in the crab. In the Metaverse, I got Phoenix, friend, water, sunshine getting water again, dog. Low teen, that's a bro, fill us hope we can have us a standoff. Or we can ram calls. These wolves come from wilder. It's Trinity season, they scream that shit louder. This is wild the world. Built 5D, yeah, it's that kind of pearl. Franco G got on that fifth UE and paint all kind of murals. This is a trinity, yeah. Collecting up T's and we hold them from now to infinity. Start with the genesis. Energy space when we enter this. Know that you feeling our energy. Say this is wild the world. Built 5D, yeah, it's that kind of pearl. Franco G got on that fifth UE and paint all kind of murals. This is a trinity, yeah. Collecting up T's and we hold them from now to infinity. Start with the genesis. Energy space when we enter this. Know that you feeling our energy. And we staking, coins we making. Waterverse about to go get me a crib. Got a shorty, slim and sporty. All of my Cuban on that's what we did. Placing a bed on side by heights when I'm taking her down in the crib. Got a view of the town. Yeah, we out in little me out and that kitty me out. And shorty she hearing me out. And yeah, shorty she doing her thing, but I'm feeling her teeth. Oh, she giving me hours. Okay, I'ma stop it. I give me a profit on Waterworld. You cannot stop it. Cop water motor when next that shit gon' be a rock. Can't wait till they drop it. Yeah, I'm going in. It's Trinity season. I'll say it again. This is wild the world. Built 5D, yeah, it's that kind of pearl. Franco G got on that fifth UE and paint all kind of murals. This is a trinity, yeah. Collecting up T's and we hold them from now to infinity. Start with the genesis. Energy space when we enter this. Know that you feeling our energy. Say this is wild the world. Built 5D, yeah, it's that kind of pearl. Franco G got on that fifth UE and paint all kind of murals. This is a trinity, yeah. Collecting up T's and we hold them from now to infinity. Start with the genesis. Energy space when we enter this. Know that you feeling our energy. Yeah. Hey. Said this is wild the world. Wild the world.
Welcome to the Bman Wilder Show, hosted by Bman Wilder and Mrs. Bman Wilder. Let's go! It's the Bman Wilder Show! You're listening to the Bman Wilder Show, a podcast about metaverse life, the development of Wilder World, and Web3 talk. Buckle up, because we're about to dive headfirst into the future. The Bman Wilder Show!
Welcome to the Wilder Show. B-Man is your host. We're talking all things Wilderverse, from Miami to the ends of the Wilder world. Yeah, we wild awake. Feel the Wilder spirit. Feel the Wilder spirit. Welcome to the Wilder Show.
Greetings to the Wilder world citizens. If it's your first time here, welcome to a mind-blowing metaverse. I promise nothing better than a VR that's clear. It's the best in the universe. Hey, hey, from the open sea, frequency, we made it pop out here. We made it real out here. We got it all right here. We got the cribs and we got the wheels. Wheels are fly over the mountain hills. Oh, this is beyond real. Oh, this is beyond real. Shout out to me and Frank Wilder. The founder. Shout out to Quantum and Sunshine Wilder. That community leaders. Shout out to Pit Liger and Chet Knight for the cool kicks. And let's not forget Bman Wilder.
Welcome to the Wilder Show. B-Man is your host. We're talking all things Wilderverse, from Miami to the ends of is yours. We're talking all things Wilderverse, from Miami to the ends of the wilder world. Yeah, we wild awake, feel the wilder spirit. Feel the wilder spirit.
And good evening on this wonderful Tuesday night, September 20th. I am here with Say Wilder, and welcome to the Bman Wilder Show. Tonight, we have some really special guests. We have Say Wilder here, and I know I'm going to chop this up. I asked him what the spelling, the pronunciation was, but I didn't have a chance to talk to him before I got on here. But we got Noxwick and Wild Gems. So we're going to have a great discussion tonight on a bunch of things. Tonight is the last night of Trinity season. So I am assuming that tomorrow we will get notice on three additional valuable items of owning Trinity. So I'm excited to see what that brings here, because we've all been patiently waiting. Say Wilder, how you doing tonight?
Doing great.
Good. Thank you so much for coming on the show. I really appreciate it. So Say is new to crypto, and she's also my fiance and pregnant and so beautiful. And I'm excited that she's willing to kind of check out the crypto world, because, I've said this before, and I'll firmly stand by this. The thought of, NFTs being monkeys or artwork is just so far off. The days where people said, what do I need a website for? I truly believe in the future that every single company, government in the world will use smart contracts, whether it be a speeding ticket, whether it be, you get a parking ticket, whether you get a death certificate, birth certificate, marriage certificate, driver's license. I believe all those will be smart contracts in the future. So one of the exciting things we're going to do tonight is we're going to drop some new music. So I'm super, super pumped about that. And let's bring on Noxic here too. Let's get him on here. And let's see here. Invite to speak. There we go. We should be good. Yo, what's up, man? Oh, there we go. Might be having some, there we go.
Once.
Yeah, no worries, brother. Yeah,
some audio issue.
Yeah, no, totally. Totally take your time. So tell me a little bit about what your first thoughts were when I even brought Wilder World up, because I know you thought I was a crazy son of a bitch for the longest time, but like, what were your original thoughts when I first was like, yeah, I'm buying digital cars for $5,000. What were your thoughts?
There was still a lot of confusion between the NFTs and Wilder World, so I don't really know. I'm still learning everything, and it's a lot to digest. So I guess at first I had to differentiate the two and kind of start putting everything together in a different aspect.
For sure. And I think, what you mean by differentiating the two is that, when we talk about NFTs, we talk about, it's just an image or a picture. With Wilder World, we're bringing real utility. And I don't even think we've begun to honestly hit the surface of what the real utility is going to be. I mean, these guys are blowing me away. When I look at come on, natural resources on land, it's just insanity what's going on here. And it's like, when you really think about it and step back, you're like, oh shit, this movement that's happening right now, this is going to make the 90s look like a cupcake. What's up, man? You gotta unmute it. Hold on, maybe I can help him. There we go.
Hey, so yeah, the issue I'm having is putting you on speaker.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Discord's funky like that. I do love how I've been able to integrate the Streamlabs into the Discord. I really like my whole setup. It's actually pretty sweet. Just the first two times, what a disaster, man. I had a great I had a great interview with Gandalf, like 90 minutes. And then I closed it off. Like, let me go back, and listen to it. All 90 minutes, no audio. I was like, you got to be kidding me. So, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's weird. Normally, like right now, I'm on my phone and I'm trying. Normally on Discord, if you're on the call, you can just press like the little speaker button, but there's no speaker button, so I'm having to like just hold my phone in my head.
Got it. Well, I appreciate you coming on here. What, dude? How do I pronounce your name? Yeah.
So let's get this out of the way.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
so it's N Sonic. So like if you easiest way is like Sonic the Hedgehog. Just put an N in front of it.
Got it. And we got Say Wilder here in the studio. She's here with me, and she's totally
Hi,
new.
Say.
Hi, Sonic.
Totally new to this whole crypto thing, but like just the fact that she's willing to jump on here and like be involved. I even got her a beautiful neon sign for our studio. So I'm super excited. I spent like the last 2 weeks building this kick-ass studio. You've probably seen some of the pictures in Discord.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks pretty good, man.
Yeah, no,
it's awesome.
I'm all about it. Like, this is going to be fun. I know I'm going to build this into a really good show. And I want to bring value to Wilders, but I also want to bring value to other people in the crypto space because, obviously Wilder World is a small segment, but I think as time goes on, we can utilize platforms like this to really grow what we're doing.
Definitely. Yeah, I think it's definitely interesting, like how much in its infancy Wilder World is, and I mean kind of the space for that matter, but just looking at the scale of what Wilder World's trying to do, we're definitely really, really, really early. So it'll be curious to see kind of how all this plays out over the next couple of years for sure.
Yeah, for sure. It's funny because you see people in there that just don't get it. Like, just open the world. It's like, no, you just don't understand like how big of a deal it is to have a place that's to scale that literally can hold trillions of items, right? And they're all moving at the same time, right? And you need to manage that data flow while still providing an enjoyable experience that's like smooth, right?
Mm-hmm. Definitely. So. No, it's a big task. And like from a technical standpoint, I mean, it's a lot. I'm very familiar with a lot of the processes and things that are happening on a technical level, and it's a handful, that's for sure. So I'm not surprised that this is a long game for sure.
So what's your background? How do you get into all this? How long have you've been a Wilder for quite a while? Are you a mod?
I'm not. No.
Oh, okay. All right. I wasn't sure.
I think we have 2 mods in here though. Or no, Pokey's in here.
Yeah. I know Wild Gem's gonna stop in after, hopefully, so she's a mod too. But how did you get involved?
No. Yeah. So my entry into Wilder World was actually because of Eckham, Eckham and Oleg, the procedural guys.
Okay.
So I've known him for 12 years or more. We do a lot of the same type of work. We've overlapped in different companies that we've worked at together before. So, once he made the jump to Wilder World, that caught my attention because, somebody of his, quality and his mindset, he took it very seriously. So I was like, okay, well, that's important for me, just because, I trust someone like him.
Sure.
And then other people in the space, seeing just, I wasn't really that familiar, to be honest. I think it's kind of interesting. Just the community is awesome, but it's small. It's relatively small, right? So I think as things get bigger and bigger, I think the things get more to scale. The community will grow probably exponentially. But yeah, that was actually my entry into Wilder World.
So
was really
when
because
was
of
that?
him. Say that again.
When was that?
It's like February or March. I want to say March, maybe around March.
Okay. All right.
So not super long.
Yeah. That's how I knew this was real, man, is that I spoke to someone who had a good friend who was part of like the architectural side of things, and they, that person designed stadiums, and I was like, all right, this is pretty cool. Like, they're pulling guys like Chad Knight from Nike, and I think that they brought some amazing talent over, and I think
They still are.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, they still are.
For
And I
sure.
think that's, to touch on that, I think that's a key kind of thing to be like, that's the thing, right? I mean, once you start looking at the pieces and you look at what it, like, if you understand what it takes and you realize, like, if it was like 4 dudes or whoever, like a couple people, and there was no real like understanding that like you couldn't do this something this scale and this technically complex without the right people, then there's no way I would be here, right? But they have the right vision. You can tell they're bringing on the right people in specific areas of the project that require that level of expertise, and that's super important. And that just shows that like the leadership is there, the talent is there, the vision and roadmaps are there. So it's a big deal. And the people that are coming on are top notch. So
No, for sure. Absolutely. Have you been following some of the music I've been dropping to kind of just bring awareness to what we're doing?
just from the last show. I haven't seen anything since the last
okay.
show.
Yeah.
I've been pretty busy, so I was a little bit away
Cool.
for a while.
Yeah,
the
so
last couple
my
weeks.
plan is I'm going to drop 15 tracks in 15 weeks. So I kind of got behind a week. So I'm doing a double drop. So I dropped Frank, the real Frank Wilder yesterday. And
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I'll we can play it right now, and let everyone listen, and then we'll bring a couple of people to chat, and then I have the world premiere of what's called the first Wilder Millionaire. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring up this the real Frank. Frank Wilder. I was super inspired by this. I know you're in Discord right now, but on YouTube you can see the album cover.
Frank Wilder, who is the estate pilot? Creeping through Miami, you know he a great prowler. Always on the move, and told him he makes free in the street. It's no wonder they call him Frank C. Frank Wilder, who is the estate pilot? Creeping through Miami, you know he a great prowler. Always on the move, and told him he makes free in the street. It's no wonder they call him Frank C. Frank Wilder, who is he a tank outer? Playing the seat in Little Meow with the family. And he don't give a damn if he seen trying to crash shit. Party take his order, never seen behind the mask. Oh, it's fast. Whoa, yeah, he be out of Miami, getting it done. Selling the totem while he's hoping that all the police that they never will come. Bruises unwritten in this new dimension, yeah, this is the Genesis, peeping the style. He never lacking. Well, thank you for asking. Embracing the Trinity, he getting wild.
I was super
Frank Wilder, who is he a estate pilot? Creeping through Miami, you know he a great prowler. Always on the move, and told him she makes free in the street. It's no wonder they call him Frank C. Frank Wilder, who is he a estate pilot? Creeping through Miami, you know he a great prowler. Always on the move, and told him she makes free in the street. It's no wonder they call him Frank C. It's been a minute since they made us seem all this and it's all then to tell that he put in his heart in it. He started off selling jewels to be broke, like Alicia Keys in the teeth. That's when the journey begins. His team was advised, you could see in his eyes, to create him a world that was decentralized. He carded all the artists and was drawn by 3 p.m. Should've seen it, made it work as 5D. Made wider ribs, going to purchase with your beats. Told me going to purchase art like Corona leaves. We don't use cash, going to make your stay out here. The dead Benji don't hold no weight. Crazy, the art amazing, the cyber renaissance saved the whole Metaverse and new heights. Priceless. OG Frank Wilder set the tone. I see that she want revenge while he's sitting on the throne. Silly thrown off, cause a ripple is you hearing them. Wilder coin making noise on Ethereum. Frank Wilder is no need in fearing them. The man is for blocking out the gas from the people who ain't feeling them. Frank Wilder, who is the estate pilot? Creeping through Miami, you know he a great prowler. Always on the move, and told him she makes free in the street. It's no wonder they call him Frank C. Frank Wilder, who is the estate pilot? Creeping through Miami, you know he a great prowler. Always on the move, and told him she makes free in the street. It's no wonder they call him Frank C. His team was advised, you can see estate pilot. Create him a world that Miami, you know he a great prowler. Always on by 3, told him she makes free in the street. It's no wonder they call him Frank. Going to purchase with your bees. Told you going to purchase art like Corona leaves. We don't use cash, going to make your stay out here. The dead Benji don't hold no weight. Crazy, the art. Amazing, the cyber renaissance is taking the whole metaverse to new heights. It's priceless. OG Frank Wilder set the tone. Not Satoshi want revenge while they sitting on his throne. Silly thrown off, cause a ripple is you hearing them. Wilder coin making noise on Ethereum. Frank Wilder is no need in fearing them. The mask is for blocking out the gas from the people who ain't feeling them.
Yeah. That was a dope song.
Frank Wilder, who is the estate piler? Creeping through Miami, you know he a great prowler. Always on the move and told him she makes free in the streets. It's no wonder they call him Frank C. Frank Wilder, who is the estate piler? Creeping through Miami, you know he a great prowler. Always on the move and told him she makes free in the streets. It's no wonder they call him Frank C. Yeah.
All right, we're back. Wild Gem, how you doing?
Hey guys,
What'd you guys think of the real Frank Wilder song?
who's singing it?
It's all ghost artists and ghost producers. I write most of it, and I help with the production of the mixing it down and stuff. But the whole album, there's really no credit. It's all just focused on Wilder World and just on
Awesome.
the message that we're trying to bring. So the whole entire album is all going to be ghost.
Yeah,
I
that
was
fun.
wondering if that was Frank singing.
No, no.
Or is it?
Or is it, right? Yeah, do we really know? So yeah, no, that was actually, I released that track yesterday, and then here in a little while I have one more world premiere tonight called First Wilder Millionaire. So what have you been up to, Wild Jim?
Just getting swept away in the crypto world.
Oh yeah, what are you working on?
Everything. Right now I'm kind of degenning into small caps for fun.
Uh-oh.
But I have my big bags that I hold.
Small
so
caps,
those
you
don't
mean
go.
things that don't trade with any volume?
My big, huh? Say that again.
Oh, I thought you meant small caps. Okay, my apologies. I thought you meant small
I'm
cap
just
NFTs.
I'm playing around with small caps, but I have my big bags that I hold, like Wilder World and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But then sometimes I am like, oh, I just need to have some adrenaline, dopamine push. So yeah.
Have you guys heard of Carnally?
Of what?
It's called Carnally.
No.
So I made a pretty big investment into that. I think it's gonna be cool. A lot of these you never really know until it goes, right? The idea of it is amazing. What they're gonna do is use NFTs to basically take like high-end watches, like Piaget's and stuff like that, and essentially fractionalize them, and then they're creating a marketplace where you can buy and sell these fractions, or you can just actually have the watch delivered to you if you mint the entire watch, 100% of it. But what I love is every time they mint one of their digital watches, they buy a real one, they insure it, and store it in a vault.
Nice. I really want like a replica of some of my wheels. And then we have the NFT and the replica.
What do you mean? I guess I'm sorry.
Like I would like a replica,
Okay.
real life of my wheel, like
Oh yeah.
a model, like a toy model size wheel.
That's so funny. So okay, so I'm gonna be releasing the Bman digital development website. Okay, and it's a really comprehensive website. It's like I think 20 pages. And it's got all kinds of stuff. But one of the things that I'm trying to do is I've been talking to these on-demand manufacturers, right? Imagine if you could like take your kicks and go to the Bman digital development site and upload a 3D model, and 2 weeks later you got them shipped to your door and you can wear them.
That's even better.
Well,
having real kicks.
Or not just kicks though. Imagine if I was thinking about doing like keychains for wolves.
Oh, I love that.
Like, and everybody gets to kind of like get a experience their NFT in different ways. I don't know. I've talked to a bunch of different companies. It's actually complicated.
Oh, yeah, I definitely want a toy model size of one of my wheels or a couple of them.
I feel like that's possible. What do you think, man? Like they should.
I
For
would
sure.
cherish though. I would cherish them.
Yeah, I mean, it would probably be the kind of thing where for it to be like affordable, having some sort of like distributor that, like the same way they make the metal diecast, like whatever the 1/16 or 1/8 scale
Sure.
metal, like little metal cars. Yeah, that would be pretty cool to do for wheels or even for crafts.
That would be, man. That's actually, that's I don't know what the answer to this is, but what's like the rights on the NFTs that we like? What?
So we don't know yet. Basically, I know they're working on like what that's gonna look like, in terms of like commercial rights.
Okay.
There's also talks of the 3D models. It's interesting because the other space that I'm involved in is the artifact space, and so with clones, what they did was they released 3D models and across like an array of 3D platforms with like tutorials on how to do stuff, etc. And then they gave full commercial rights to the clone holders for anything that they do with their clones, for the exception of the Murakami ones, because obviously Takashi Murakami is like a world famous artist, and his specific items you don't own the commercial rights over.
Yeah. I have a Murakami.
So I remember
it's gone down. I have a that guy there. Bad timing for him. Remember when he put his project out like June of 21, right? And he's like, oh no, I'm just gonna perfect this and make it right. He takes a whole year and he drops it right at the bottom of the market.
Yeah. So I asked. I think I brought it up at some point. I don't remember when, but the response that I got was, yeah, like obviously there's some plans. I'm assuming there's some plans for like 3D models, and some sort of thing with the rights. I don't have an answer to that, but I know that they're thinking about it.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
It gets interesting for me with the wheels. I mean, I don't know. I guess maybe not necessarily with just the wheels, because obviously like the wheels aren't like they're based off of real cars, but they're not like exactly like the real cars. So I'm assuming that obviously that's been that's been sorted out.
Yeah, I mean it's close.
Sure.
I don't know. Yeah, but
I know certain video games. I don't remember which games, but certain games that never got rights from the manufacturers, they still produced assets that look exactly like it. They just aren't called the exact same thing, So anywho, like long story short, I know that there's probably going to be some sort of commercial rights things to the NFT holders. So I just hypothetically, if you wanted to make shirts with your whatever Wilder asset and sell them, you could. I would assume the only restriction is just going to be the use of the Wilder World logo.
Yeah, I figured so.
That's my guess.
Have you watched? Is it Bookman? Right? That's his name?
Yeah. What about him?
He's a pretty cool kid. I like his podcast a lot. Have you? I like.
Yeah, I've heard his a few times.
Yeah, he's actually part of the Wilder World team now. Did you know that?
I didn't.
Really recent.
Yeah, it has to be really recent. I've been away for a few weeks, so I probably have missed some of the most recent news or whatever, but I figured that was probably just a matter of time.
Yeah, I wonder to what capacity. We're gonna do some cross work because he's got a nice little following. What I'm gonna be doing here next is adding video cameras and then start promoting the show. So, my goal is to get to 100,000 viewers by the end of the summer.
End of summer, this summer or next summer? Summer's already over, right?
Yeah. Next summer. So approximately, 6 to 12 months, I'm thinking.
Got it.
Like something like that. Look, I think a lot of these shows that take off, it either it does or it doesn't. I think we need to bring, interesting people and content onto the show. There's a lot of neat things that you can do now too, that are pretty cool, that you can like interact with the audience. And there's a lot of things that you can do that make the show seem live, but you have some pre-recorded segments too, so everything's on point. Because point being, my first 2 shows were literally a freaking disaster. I mean, a disaster. I mean, in the first show I had like
They were not.
yeah, but I had like 40 people in the room, right? You know what I mean? Now I got 3, and it's okay, it's cool, we'll build it back up, but there's no question that had something to do with it. So it was pretty bad. But that's okay. It was a good learning experience. So, but no, I think that we can build this into a place where people can communicate within the space. Certainly, for once the world opens, I think it'll be really neat if we can have. You think there's gonna be radios in the car, right? Can we have Bman radio just blasting off, and I'll just start playing music all day, 24 hours a day?
In
In
Miami.
Yeah, that's what you know what I mean. I want to like.
That would be pretty funny, actually.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. So I'm hoping that I get that opportunity. I think if I build this show up the right way, and continue to honor Wilder World the right way, I think maybe I'll get that opportunity, because that'd be pretty neat. There's got to be radio stations in Miami, right? Come on.
For sure.
So
be interesting how they handle all the communication options, like whether proximity based, like if you're within X distance of someone, like you can try to interact with them, or if it's like like a friends list, doesn't matter where they are, you can interact with them, like it's like have like a radio or some like cross map comms. I'm curious how that's all going to play out.
I wonder when they're going to do more wheels too, because I guess I was a little bummed that they burned the rest of them. I feel like we could have definitely sold those,
Oh, you saying like another batch of wheels?
Yeah, I mean, because I'm already on this like list for the second cribs. So I'm like the one guy that got there's like maybe two people that got. Did you remember the duplicate?
Yeah, the duplicate wheels.
Yeah, there was only like 2 people out of the whole collection.
One of them was a F1 one, right?
Yeah, mine was a G2.
Yeah.
So they were like, listen, we'll return your 4.5 ETH, or we'll whitelist you for cribs 2. I'm like, duh. But I have no idea when that's gonna be.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's gonna have to be other modes of transportation, because I mean we're looking at if the the goal is, I forget what number Neo said, but obviously there's only less than 10,000 total items.
Yeah, they want to start with 1 million players, right?
Say that again.
They want to start with 1 million players.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, there's only I think there's maybe almost exactly 10,000 modes of transportation at this point. 6,000 something, or no, there's more. Yeah, but I mean barely, right? It's like 12,000.
Yeah. Well, there's definitely going to be like some sort of monorail that they talked about. I don't know if you saw that.
No, I hadn't seen that, but yeah, I mean, I agree. There's probably definitely going to be some other batches. Like I'm assuming like a couple of rounds of wheels, or I don't know, bicycle, skateboards. Who the hell knows? But
so I'm looking at my wife over here, and she's just like, so like not perplexed, but this is also new. She's just also new to her. She's just like, what are these guys talking about? And this is why I wanted to have her on and have her get involved, because she's really, really smart. She ran a surgery center for a number of years, and she just has a tremendous amount of abilities. And like when I started to show her the things we were doing, I could see that it was piquing her interest. But what are you thinking about all this, hon? What's going through your head?
Well, I just got back.
But just in general, all this crypto stuff, like, do you think I'm crazy for staying up all night long and like trading and
Staying up all night? Yes. Everything else? No. I mean, pretty reasonable.
I wanted to bring on too was Sharky. I wanted to meet this guy and talk to him some more. Let's put him on here. Let's see what he has to say. Sharky, you there, buddy? Put you on the spot. Let's see if he comes on. He may have stepped away for a second. That's okay. Let's see who else might want to speak to. Let's talk to Pokey. Oh, and there's my dogs at my door just scraping away. This would be a good time to do. Let's do the other premiere because I'm super, super, super psyched about this song. I love the album cover. I love the music. I just think it's freaking an awesome song. And, Wilder World has been the largest investment I've ever made in my life. And I'm a VC and I build big companies. And I don't even know why at first. I just couldn't stop buying, and I got really into the whole what Wilder World was about and what they were trying to do. And then I thought the cars, the wheels were so beautiful, they were so detailed, and I love cars. And next thing I know, I got 54 wheels. I'm about to approach 200 NFTs, so it's pretty crazy what I've amassed. And so this song here was kind of just some of my thoughts and stuff, but I got to say, Wilder World's actually pretty emotional for me. I never thought in a million years something like this would be so important to me. And now as I get to know the community and I get to know the leaders of the community and I see the vision, I really see how impactful this can be. And when we take a look at the Zero Network and they talk about alternatives to corporate structures, we really think about that and where this can go. And so that's what really motivated me to make the largest investment I ever have. Throughout the whole last year, whenever I had extra money, I would invest it into Wilder World, and I've done it about 200 times. And so yeah, this song's I love it a lot. So I'm gonna put it on. Yo, 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 yo. Shout out to some of the crew. Say Wilder, Kuzo Nicky Bats, Kuzo Joey Bats, Potsy, Vermont Boys, Doc Hummer and the whole Blue Pearl team, James C. Wilder, Hota, Paul and Cheryl, Alex Ward, Kuzo Tiz, Campy, Chance, Sebastian. Yo, this track's for you, Frank. First Wilder millionaire.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that happened last month.
This is Bman Wilder. Wowzers gonna scream it louder. And we getting tokens, stacking crypto by the hour. Rolling through the streets and love me out without a care. Stacking trinities, bound to be first Wilder millionaire. Man Wilder, wowzers gonna scream it louder. And we getting tokens, stacking crypto by the hour. Rolling through the streets and love me out without a care. Stacking trinities, bound to be first Wilder millionaire. Man Wilder, wowzers gonna scream it louder. And we stacking tokens, getting crypto by the hour. Frank and Neo, Gang, JMC at AOG, Quantum Phoenix. Gotta see this. Bring the Mater to his knee. And we never miss when we still in the kitchen. We cooking a Genesis, getting the cheese. Hop on that motor from Water, we go. We doing 200 till we in the lead. Shout out Sunshine, we mining this go till we finding loopholes in the system to win. Soon as we got it back, deposit it fast, and we do it all over again. Man Wilder, wowzers, gonna scream it louder. And we getting tokens, stacking crypto by the hour. Rolling through the streets and love me out without a care. Stacking trinities, bound to be first Wilder millionaire. Man Wilder, wowzers, gonna scream it louder. And we getting tokens, stacking crypto by the hour. Rolling through the streets and love me out without a care. Stacking trinities, bound to be first Wilder millionaire.
We entered the future is here. Wilder's ready to steer. Up on our mission, paying attention. Hope that you open your ears. If you're not up for the ride, I'm sorry that you gotta go. Cause we gotta let people know the timing is ready to roll. We're now in a new place. We're up in a new space. I hope you got new faith. And if you don't, too late. The meta is calling. And people are late to the game. Wilder World came with the good. Now we up in a new lane.
Man Wilder, wowzers, gonna scream it louder. And we getting tokens, stacking crypto by the hour. Rolling through the streets and love me out without a care. Stacking trinities, bound to be first Wilder millionaire. Man Wilder, wowzers, gonna scream it louder. And we getting tokens, stacking crypto by the hour. Rolling through the streets and love me out without a care. Stacking trinities, bound to be first Wilder millionaire.
Talking 2000, whatever, Wilder World forever. We coming hot, it's something you can't stop like stormy weather. Shout out to Phoenix, Wilder Phoenix, Arizona desert. We see the bag, go huddle up and make a plan to get it. Zero to network, take a note, I got it. Just give me a second, bring it back, blow up the network. Ask the homie JMC, we got the best work. Better at this way because that crash and make your chest burst.
This is Bman Wilder, wowzers, gonna scream it louder. And we getting tokens, stacking crypto by the hour. Rolling through the streets and lil me out without a care. Stacking trinities, bound to be first water millionaire. Man Wilder, wowzers, gonna scream it louder. And we getting tokens, stacking crypto by the hour. Rolling through the streets and lil me out without a care. Stacking trinities, bound to be first water millionaire.
Bman Sound Factory, world premiere, first Wilder millionaire. What'd you guys think?
I thought it was great.
That was very professional. Love it.
Yeah, no, it's been a lot of fun building these songs, and it's been actually a long time since I've done music. It was always a passion of mine, but the music business is not the most friendly business by any means at all, and so I kind of stepped away from it. But this gives me an opportunity to make music right from home. I don't need to go on tour or go into a studio with all the technology today. I'm able to create these awesome tracks with artists from around the world. I think we're on track 4. We have artists all the way as far from Africa. One of the producers was from Guam. Another producer was from Germany. One of the artists was from Russia. So yeah, we've had an opportunity to really build a really neat collection of music that I hope will represent the spirit of Wilder World and the community that surrounds it.
Yeah, I love all of the vibes of all of the Wilder World songs. It's like you can just turn on like all of the songs and just be in a good mood.
I had people messaging me all day, like on Twitter. I've just been listening to it nonstop all day, and I'm like, oh my god, like that makes me so happy. Like that was the whole point of this. Like I just wanted to. It was for fun, and I just wanted to do something that brought some attention to the project, but also something that people could really enjoy. And I gotta be honest with you, I'm a little surprised. I didn't think it was gonna turn out this good. Like this album's gonna be a really, really good album, and I'm like, holy crap, this is really neat that that everyone loves it. So now the kind of the pressure's on, because now I want to be really tight about kind of what I allow. And I already had 2 recording sessions that I was going to use, but I just threw them out. I was like, no, we really got to put out just a tight album that people can listen to for years. So
Yeah, that was fun, man.
So yeah. So what do you guys know about the Zero Network? Tell me. Let's talk a little bit about that, because that's really what powers what we're working on. Everyone says Wilder World, Wilder World, Wilder World, but reality is that what we're doing is 100% solely dependent on the network behind it, and I think that's why I really got involved. What about you? That's why I got involved.
So don't we have a claim coming if you hold Wilder coin?
Yes, September 29th is the claim. I don't know the exact math, but essentially, depending on what you hold inside your wallet will depend on exactly how much is deposited, through some sort of airdrop, I would assume.
I better load up on more.
I think you could buy the 29th. I mean, I don't recommend that, but I don't know if there's any like hold period or anything like that. So, but Zero's pretty cheap right now.
What?
Well, I don't know if you buy the Wild, you have to hold on to it for a certain amount of time for you to get the credit, or do they just take the snapshot?
I don't think so. I think they just take the snapshot.
Okay. Yeah, man, it's like the worst time.
I'm not exactly sure, but yeah. I mean, if we're gonna talk about Zero, you definitely got to get Pokey up here.
Yeah, I tried. Let me see. I would love to hear what he has to say about it.
He waved.
Oh yeah. Okay. Good. Excellent. All right. I wonder if 3 is the maximum. Let me see here. Maybe not.
I think you can have more.
Yeah.
I actually
and
have to step. I have to step.
Yeah, you got to
away.
go. That's right. You do got a
I
hard
have to
stop.
go.
So,
Yeah.
well, listen, man, thank you so much for coming on today. Definitely would love to have you on again. As time goes on, we're going to develop different segments and such. So, thanks so much for your time today.
Of course, man. Yeah. Thanks for having us, and I'll talk to you guys soon.
Okay, that sounds great, man.
bye, friend.
See ya.
All right, let's see if booting him off helps.
Yeah, he has one of my favorite wheels, and I want it back.
Yeah, it's so weird. I clicked the invite to speak. Let me see here.
Well, he has to accept it. I'm not sure if he sees that.
Oh,
or not.
maybe. Yeah, that's possible.
Pokey, if
Pokey,
you
accept
see
it. Or
a message that says accept it. Not sure if that's popping up for you or not.
you know what? I think that hand is actually me inviting him to speak from a long time ago.
And Sharky.
All right, we might as well invite Joel Boost up here too. At this, I've seen his name around quite a bit. It looks like he's got a pair of season zeros there.
So is the Mrs. sporting a Wilder World hoodie?
She is
race
actually.
hoodie?
She right now. She literally is, and it's the one that you sent. Sweetie, do you like your hoodie? One more time. I'm sorry.
I absolutely love it.
I know it's so thick. Like it's such a nice hoodie.
It's so comfortable.
I know.
Yes.
How many
It's
more do you
cozy.
have left?
About 15 or 20.
Oh, so you sold quite a few of them. You'll probably be able to sell them for more down the line.
Yeah, I haven't really been like pushing them, so I need to push them again. I'm not worried. I know they'll be all sold.
I hate myself for I'm such an idiot. I minted a bunch in that. I don't know why I thought, oh, stupid little sweatshirt, and I'm such an idiot. I don't know what I was thinking at the time.
Yeah, that was dumb.
I know. I just wasn't really like crazy into Wilder World then. I didn't know what was going on, and like, cause that was like this. Was that the second? That was the third tier. I guess I was pretty heavy into it by then. I didn't buy a lot of my cars until later. I bid on a lot of my cars and won them. Like I won a G1 on a 1 ETH bid, which is crazy. Wow. Yeah, I think the number 5 car. So I can't remember which one it is, but I think I have 54 or 55 wheels now. I'm not sure how many Trinities I have. I finally the one thing that you had to have everything in one wallet, right? And so, by the way, let me just make that reminder to everyone, because I tell you what, you're going to be super pissed if you wake up after the snapshot and you got 2 in one wallet and 1 in another. So all the 3 Trinities must reside in the same wallet. Now, you can have multiple wallets, but the 3 Trinities must all reside inside one wallet. So everyone out there, make sure that, over the next, I would do it tomorrow, because it's tomorrow. You think they're going to announce the other 3? I mean, they have to, right? The other 3 benefits.
So how many did they announce so far? There's the
3
generator and
then
the island.
Right, and then like the Trin or something, you get to. It's another NFT you get for every Trinity. You get like another NFT.
Yeah. So what I'm looking forward to on this show is getting these recaps, because
For sure.
I get caught up, and and some people are just they're more audible. They don't want to read, so like getting coming by here every week and getting the latest news, that's what I'm looking forward to for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think one of the things, I was talking to, Ocean. You talked to him before?
Oh, yeah.
So him and I have been chatting. I talked to him for almost half an hour this morning. He's gonna be helping out with a couple of my other projects too. But he's gonna help out with the show. And we talked this morning, kind of like, even though this is a live show, and that's like, cool that it's live, right? I think that we can pre-record segments, right? You know what I mean? So they're nice and tight, and give good information.
Yes.
So that's kind of what my plan is to, like, I'm going to do a market watch every week. And I think we'll do a recap of announcements, right? And just have announcements, and just recap them. So I'm looking here on the zine. So everyone, if you're new to Wilder World, you can always go to zine.wilderworld.com. And I think they have well over 100 zines. The zines are amazing. There's a transmission 2 is continued, and it says, as Wolf, Jen and I continued our exploration of Trinity Islands, the surrounding scenery was distorting and warping our perception somehow. The natural beauty made me feel a strange connection to this place. There was something enchanting. I don't know how to explain. And there are these beautiful images. Actually, I think I can. Let me see here. I think I can show my screen here. Live scene, right? No.
I'm trying to organize my stuff. I have a lot of wheels, which is my favorite because of the real life aspect of them. But I want to get to, and I had 55 wheels at one point.
Wow.
But when I went on my minting spree, but I want to get to 3. I've fluctuated up and down, but I want to have like 3 Trinities. So I'm missing a wolf, but I have a lot of cars or wheels, so I need to reorganize that before the snapshot.
Yeah, the wolf, I mean, those are now, they've held their value like unbelievably. Like for real, they're at 1.1 right now. So
I saw them at 0.95, but I bet that did not last long.
Yeah,
And
I mean, you can always bid.
apes are exciting. I want some apes. They're so cute. I know they're not.
The
I call 'em
wapes.
cute.
That's coming real soon. I mean, we could be minting wapes next week.
Yeah.
Because they said right after Trinity season. So the next paragraph says, nearby, a faint glow of indigo was shining from a rock formation. Curious, we moved in closer to examine the source. As we approached the voice of a woman, an angelic melody, almost as was familiar from a dream. We arrived at the opening, a grand cave of radiating crystals going down below ground. For some reason, the wolf and Jen stopped by the opening, and I made my way down into the cave alone. After I arrived at a lake within the cave. Wow, okay. A female figure emerged from the lake, arms wide. She smiled to say, welcome. Her beauty was haunting and ethereal. Slowly, she bowed and began to speak. Welcome, Neo. I hope you do find your way here. I've been expecting your arrival. I am the guardian of this island. You may call me Trin. I have been feeling myself getting stronger and stronger as you and the other Wilders are connecting and keeping your trinities. For this, I want to offer you something that will assist you in securing this energy. Trin placed her hands on a crystal ball, closing her eyes. The crystal began to display flickering images of Miami. Thousands of parcels of land spread across the city appeared. Then a flash of words appeared to begin faintly overlay with a bird's eye view of the land Genesis, Trinity Ledger, device, protect, she softly declared. Above all else, protect the power of Trinity. Silence fell as the crystal ball returned to its dormant state, and Trin vanished into the shimmering light of the cave. As I walked my way up and out of the cave, I found myself puzzled as I repeated the words that emerged in the crystal ball over to myself. Genesis, Trinity, Ledger, device, protect, Genesis, Trinity, Ledger. It made no sense to me. But when I returned up to the surface and Jen had recorded my words, it began to light up and spin, as if I'd just received a highly specific prompt. It began to protect a small object materializing in the light. I reached in and grabbed the small piece of machinery. And as I was holding the device, I again heard the voice of the Trin. Protect the power of the Trinity. To be continued. That's very interesting. I think this is highlighting, using our ledger, right? And I strongly recommend to all of the viewers and listeners out there to please go get a ledger. It took me a long time, and it was probably the dumbest thing I ever did to not have a ledger. But when I didn't have a ledger, I don't think that there was a day I woke up that I wasn't nervous about something. And, you can absolutely attest to this. How many times have I freaked out because I thought like I was hacked, right? you know,
Yeah, you sleep so much better when you have a ledger finally.
I mean, 200 NFTs, that's like a crazy amount. And it's so wild that like it's one place that they're at. And it's like you make a mistake, right? And that's it. And so with the ledger, it's a lot harder to make a mistake, I feel.
And I've never heard of anybody in the group get hacked or any of my friends get hacked that had a ledger. Like none of them that got hacked had one.
No,
So
100%. I haven't heard of anybody, getting hacked either with a ledger. So, I think that, I think I'm going to do? I'm going to do a contest, Wild Gem. The next show, I'm going to let everyone know it is, and the winner is going to get a ledger. And we're going to do a cool contest. We'll promote it the next week or so, and get some more people here listening. This is a great show. I think we had a lot of good content. I think we'll wrap it up here. I appreciate you coming on. Next week I will have the announcements segment rocking. That'll be a place where people can come and kind of catch up from the week before. I think Tuesday night's a good night too, because I find like a lot of the news for Wilder World typically hits toward the end of the week. So I'm excited to see what transpires the next few days. Shout out to Frank Wilder and to Neo. Shout out to JMC Wilder. Shout out to Billy. Shout out to all my guys, CT down in Florida, Kuzo, and Wild Gem. Thank you so much for coming on the show tonight. And I look forward to talking to you soon.
all right, see you next week.
Okay. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey, this is Wilder World. Yeah, said this is Wilder World. Hey, this is Wilder World. Built 5D, yeah, it's that kind of pearl. Franco G got on that fifth UE and paint all kind of murals. This is a trinity, yeah. Collecting up T's and we hold them from not to infinity. Start with the genesis. Energy space when we enter this. Know that you feeling our energy.
Shout out to Sharky, man. Thanks for listening. Appreciate it.
Yeah, they be my people. We out in Miami. No, this shit ain't equal. These haters is mad cause I got by at least too many of these trends.
Got some new tracks coming out here soon. Next track is Transmission with Low Teen, and that's going to be happening here probably in the next week or so. Then we got Proposal 369, and then Pink Slips is coming. So I'm super psyched to hear those, and I think we're going to also have a music video here soon too. So thanks again for everyone listening. I appreciate you all coming tonight, and everyone have a wonderful evening. Sharky, take care of yourself, bro. Everyone get that ledger. All right, and peace.
This is Wilder World. Built 5D, yeah, it's that kind of pearl. Franco G got on that fifth UE and paint all kind of murals. This is a trinity, yeah. Collecting up T's and we hold them from not to infinity. Start with the genesis. Energy space when we enter this. Know that you feeling our energy. And we staking, coins we making. Wilder's about to go get me a crib. Got a shorty, slim and sporty. All of my Cuban on that, so we did.
Shout out to Frankie.
Shout
out to Neo. Shout out to Phoenix. Shout out to Sunshine. Shout out to Wild Jim. Thanks for coming on tonight.
She giving me hours, okay, I'ma stop it. I give me a profit on Water World. You cannot stop it. Cop Water Motor when next that shit gon' be a rock. Can't wait till they drop it. Yeah, I'm going in. It's Trinity season. I'll say it again.
Y'all have a safe evening.
This is Wilder World. Built 5D, yeah, it's that kind of pearl. Franco G got on that fifth UE and paint all kind of murals. This is a trinity, yeah. Collecting up T's and we hold them from not to infinity. Start with the genesis. Energy space when we enter this. Know that you feeling our energy. This is Wilder World. Built 5D, yeah, it's that kind of pearl. Franco G got on that fifth UE and paint all kind of murals. This is a trinity, yeah. Collecting up T's and we hold them from not to infinity. Start with the genesis. Energy